Webinars are frigging hard work, really hard work. Anyone that tries to tell you otherwise is trying to sell you a webinar platform, and it really it needs to be said that it is really, really hard work. I'm going to go over some of that with you today. So here's just some of the work that's involved when you go out there and you want to put a webinar just like this together. I was actually going to be on camera with you guys today. I was going to turn my camera on so you guys could see me, but I ended up not doing it because, well, one reason was because my internet's back acting up. Another is that I'm really tired because I was putting together a webinar last night and up until about 4 or 5 in the morning getting it all together. So you have to plan out your presentation and create it on your computer in a PowerPoint or Keynote presentation. And when you do these, it needs to be a bunch of different things. It's a really complicated thing when you put together a webinar. It needs to be educational, it needs to be entertaining, and of course, it needs to convert into sales, but without being too pushy. If you just get on a call and say, hey guys, buy this, no one's going to want to buy from you. You need to create a rapport with the people. You need to make sure that you are actually helping them and you are actually giving and providing a service to them so that by the end of your webinar, people feel good about the fact that they've attended. Because you know what? If they don't, they're never ever going to attend one of your webinars again. So there's a lot of pressure in setting that up. The next thing is once you're ready to present, you need to make sure that you've got enough people on your webinar to make sure it's worthwhile. If you do a webinar, you get 2, 3, 5, 10 people on it, it's demoralizing. And you get on there and you see, okay, I've got like 5 people on the call. Even if like all 5 people buy the product that I'm going to sell, I'm still not going to make any money from it. It's just really your whole demeanor, your whole way of presenting will be affected, and people will hear it in your voice. I'm sure that you've been on calls like that where just the attitude of the person either turned you on or turned you off. And it's stressful. Imagine having a room full of hundreds of thousands of people watching your every move and listening to your voice crack. Now that I said that, I'm afraid my voice is going to crack. You don't know what's going to happen. You might have a tech error. You might have, and we've had that happen on our live calls many times. We just had an issue with Brett trying to talk, me trying to talk, our internet connection not working well. If we weren't skilled webinar presenters, we might have gone on with that for a few minutes, but we've done this many times before, and we went through it. So there's stress that's involved in it, and skill that you need to know. And time zones. People live in different places all over the world. So maybe they want to attend, but they just don't want to stay up until 4 a.m. their time. And this is 100% understandable. Why is someone going to stay up until 4 a.m. and ruin their night's sleep for something that potentially they could watch maybe another time? And not to mention, the webinar softwares out there suck. You need to be present for the webinars, which is severely going to limit your time. We are currently using GoToWebinar for this. GoToWebinar is great for live webinars. So I'm not going to say anything bad about it. It's the most powerful webinar software out there. But I have to be here right now to present this to you. I can't be off living my life. I have to actually be here on this call live with you guys right now to actually do that. And you need to pay expensive monthly fees, and that's severely going to burn a hole in your wallet. Other webinar software costs hundreds to thousands of dollars per month. And they also limit how many attendees that you can have on the call. And of course, if you limit the attendees that you have on the call, it's going to limit your profits. It comes down to math when it comes down to how many attendees you have on a call and like the price of your product and your conversions. So the more people that you have attend, the more money you're going to make. Why do you want something where you're going to have a limit on the amount of money that you can make from it? It just doesn't make any sense. And they are outdated and missing key profit boosting features that we're going to talk about today. So what do? We set out to fix all of that. And to put it frankly and to put it clearly, what we did without beating around the bush here is we created our Autonars software that runs webinars on 100% autopilot without you ever being there. Again, it runs webinars on 100% autopilot without you ever being there. I hope that amazes you all right now, but there's more here. And to be honest, we were a bit selfish because we created this software for ourselves. And we wanted to put our own webinars on autopilot. We had a problem in our own businesses where it was taking our time. We didn't want to do webinar after webinar after webinar after webinar. Why not us just do it once and have it go off on autopilot? Now, sure, I can tell you that we created it to save the whales or for our customers, but if you're familiar with Brett and myself, we tell it how it is. However, with that being said, we quickly realized that we were on to something. What if instead of just being a software, we could turn it into a system so that our customers could profit from webinars too? And of course, we could go out there and we could sell that system and make money from it. Why not? I'm sure you guys understand we need to make a living too. So we put our heads together and asked ourselves, what do our customers want? And we turned the Autonars software into the Autonars system, which includes our powerful cloud-based Autonars software that lets you do auto webinars on autopilot without having to be there. We also added in 2 done-for-you webinars that with a few clicks of a button, you remember I talked about a few clicks of a button earlier on today, they get added into the software so that you can start running webinars almost instantly. Again, you're going to be able to run webinars without ever having to do a webinar yourself. I really want that to really stick there for you, that you never have to do them. They are done for you. And on top of that, because we talk about having a webinar, with a webinar you need to make sales. You need to have something to sell. We added in 2 high-quality softwares to sell and get 100% of the profits, so you don't even need to have your own products. Again, I want that to stick there. You don't even need to have your own products. You get to sell ours and keep all of the money. And of course, as a special bonus, we included our group traffic profits training that will teach you how to get tons of free traffic to send to your Autonars. So my question for you now is,
well, guys, it looks like we just lost Mike's audio. This is a really, really good example of why live webinars can sometimes be a pain in the butt. Give me a few minutes and bear with me.
Brett, can you hear me now?
Yeah. I was
Brett,
just
are you there?
Yes, Mike, we got you. I was just telling everybody that this is a fantastic example of why live webinars can be a pain.
Yeah, this is a perfect example. Brett, I'm going to actually hand it over to you now so you could actually show it in action.
Yeah, it's a good idea because I'm not tethered to a cell phone. So.
Okay, let me send this over.
Right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to walk you guys through how the Autonar system works. I'm going to show you the software, and then I'm going to go ahead and show you the system. I'm going to save the best part for last, so please bear with me. It will make more sense if I actually show you the software first. So when you log into Autonars, you're going to see a screen just like this. Now, I actually made a new account in the system so I can show you a fresh screen, so you're going to see what it looks like just as you log in as a new customer. You notice that there are no webinars because it's a new account and I haven't created any. So the first thing I want to do is go ahead and I want to click on Create New Account, and I'm just going to call this a demo. Click on Create New, and then I'm going to go ahead and click on the Edit Webinar link. Okay, so now you can see all of the options here, and most of these options are going to be self-explanatory. So the options are broken up into 3 different sections: the sign up section, the main section, and the extra section. Obviously, the sign up section is going to be for all of your sign up pages. So you have a sign up page so people can opt into your webinar. That's going to be in the sign up. The main is going to be for the main webinar, and the extras generally is for your autoresponder integration and also your replay if you choose to have a replay. As I said, these options are pretty self-explanatory. You enter in your sub-headline, your presenter's name, the headline text. You can select your colors, and in any video code you want for your sign-up video. You generally are going to have a video telling people why they should opt in, why they want to see your webinar, any type of start timer. So that way there's a little timer and a little scarcity telling them, go ahead and opt in now because the webinar is about to start. That's a great feature about Autonars, is that it's automated webinars. It runs individually for each person. So you're not going to them and saying sign up and then come back next week. You're going to them and say, hey, sign up, and guess what? You just got here on time. We're starting in 45 seconds. So you don't have to try to get them to come back. They're right there. That's a problem that I always had with existing webinar systems, is that you get them to sign up and then you say come back 3 days later. Well, that's silly. The analogy I always like to use is, imagine going into a car dealership, you're going to buy a car, and the salesperson comes out and says, great, I'm so glad you're interested in our new Ford whatever. Come back tomorrow and I'll talk to you about it. It's silly. You want to show them the presentation right away. You fill in all of your options. You can go ahead over to the main sections. Same thing, your main video, since it's an Autonar, since it's an automated webinar, obviously it's not a live, so it is a video. You're entering your main video here. Your redirect URL, which is generally going to be your call to action, your affiliate link if you're promoting an affiliate product, or your sales page if you're promoting one of your own products. They have what's called simulated attendees. Now people can do this if they want. If you don't want to, just enter in 0. This will simulate a number of attendees so people don't think they're just there by themselves. You can enter in a question email. Now, this is a feature I really want to talk about because it might not be very clear. A lot of times, these automated webinar systems have a way to ask questions. I mean, that's one of the big features about webinars, is people can ask questions, is the interactivity. So what normal people do is, what other systems do, I should say, is they allow you to email a question because you're not there live. So they'll have a little chat box and people can type in the chat box and they're emailing you the question. Now you can do that. You can have email answers, but you can notice here it says answer type. There's an option called live answering. What this means is people can ask you questions live. And what I actually do is I have those questions go to my phone so that way I can answer them live. So I can interact with them live while they're on the call. It looks and feels just like it's a live webinar to them because they can even ask live questions. And you can go ahead and answer them from your phone wherever you're at. I actually did a beta test when I first wrote this to my own list. I was running an Autonar, and I was sitting on my couch watching TV, and people were on my Autonar, and I'm answering them from my phone, and they were amazed. They're like, oh, wow, you're really here. And I'm like, well, no, I'm not actually. I'm on my phone, and you don't know it. So that's a great feature that Autonars have. You want to be able to give people the live webinar experience. You want to give them all the benefits of a live webinar without you actually needing to be there doing it. There is an option here for handouts. So if you want to give a handout, you want to give a file that they can download, you can go ahead and add in a handout, and you can have that handout access button show at a specific time. That's great. So say if you're going to say, we'll give you a free gift for showing up to our webinar, which is something a lot of marketers do, it's something Mike and I do sometimes, you can go ahead and upload that free gift and they will get it for showing up as well. You can give them a little bit of incentive. Finally, you go over here to your extra settings. You have your autoresponder integration. We integrate with the Mail It WordPress plugin, with Aweber, with MailChimp, or with GetResponse. And of course, if you don't use any of these autoresponders, you can go ahead and download your sign up emails at any time as a CSV file and just import them into another system. Then there are your replay settings. Now, I've gone through the settings really quickly because I want to show you the really exciting part about Autonars. Like I said, and like Mike had said, we originally built this system for ourselves. We wanted to run our webinars automatically. We want to run our webinars evergreen. It doesn't make sense to just do them at a specific time and hope people show up. It makes sense to do them all the time and always have the presentation ready for people. And that's why we built this system. But after I built the system, I realized that it doesn't solve one of the major problems, one of the first problems with webinars that Mike had suggested. And that first problem is that you need a lot of time, effort, and skill to create a webinar. Excuse me. I mean, let's be complete. Sorry about that, guys. Almost tripped on my gum. See, there's another thing about my webinars. I got so excited talking, I almost swallowed my gum. But we realized that you need a lot of time, effort, and skill in order to make these webinars in the first place. And this isn't going to help you. I mean, if you don't have that time, if you don't have the ability to make webinars, if you don't know how to sell and you don't know how to make presentations, this isn't really going to help people. And that's the problem with a lot of webinar systems. You got a webinar system and you say, well, that's great. I don't know how to sell. I don't know how to make a webinar that's going to make people want to buy from me. That's going to build a repertoire with them. What do I do? Me and Mike started talking about that, and that's how we changed it to the Autonars system. What we actually did was we created webinars for you. So you can go ahead. You want to skip all of this. You can go ahead and click on Load a Pre-Made Webinar. Now, there are between 2 and 6 pre-made webinars, depending on the level of Autonars you pick up. You simply pick the product that you want to sell, and all these products will pay you 100% commission. So you don't split this money with me. You get all of the money yourself. Just pick the product you want to sell. Say we're going to go ahead and sell my Review Wizard software. Click on Load Webinar, and that's it. Everything is now filled in for you. It's all done. We've created the webinar. We've tested the webinar. We know the webinar converts. We know these settings are the best settings, and they're all in here for you. The only thing you need to actually enter in is your URL for your affiliate link, because obviously you want to make sure you get credit, and your autoresponder integration if you want to do the autoresponder integration. That's how easy it is to do a pre-made webinar. Now let me go ahead and save this, and I'm going to show you a webinar. So there's my new one. I'm going to go ahead and click on the get link.
Someone just said, holy smokes, Batman.
Yeah, we actually spent a lot of time on those pre-webinars. It wasn't good enough for us to just make a pre-made webinar and say, okay, here's a webinar. We had to make a pre-made webinar and test it and make sure it converts. I didn't want to give something to people that I didn't know was good and as good as it could be. So I was telling people earlier, I started writing this software in 2016. I started writing in October in 2016. I got the idea at the convention that I met Mike at. It was in Las Vegas in October of 2016. I code really fast. So I got this done and written after about 3 months. And then we had beta testers test it for about a month or two. And then we spent a lot of time with these webinars, making sure that they're perfect, making sure we can give people well-crafted presentations that are can convert for them. So once you have everything set up, now I did it very quickly because I just used a pre-made. All I had to do was select my product. I'm going to go ahead and click on Get Links, and there are actually 3 links here. So the first link is your webinar sign-up URL. This is generally where you're going to want people to go to, because you want them to go to your sign-up URL, you want to collect their email address, you want them to opt in, then you want them to go to the presentation. So let me go ahead and copy this. I'll take it over to a new tab, and I'll show you what that looks like. All right, so now I actually have this video set to not autoplay. That's actually an option. You can make this video the sign-up video autoplay if you want. I have an option for it not to autoplay because I like to use Facebook ads. When I'm testing, I like to send Facebook ads to my Autonars, and Facebook doesn't want them to autoplay, but you can make this autoplay if you like. You can see it has your headline here. It has the video. It has the starting time. That's very important. I'm not saying to people, hey, we're starting next week, we're starting 3 days from now, opt in and then we'll message you. I'm saying, good news, guys. You just made it on time. Look, we're starting in 2 minutes. Go ahead and enter your email address and we'll see you there, which is, it makes more sense. If people are interested enough to put in their email address, why would you tell them to come back later? They're there. They want what you have. Why would you tell them to come back? That's why we deliberately made the short starting times. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to click on Secure My Spot. I'll type in my name. And I'll type in my email address, and I'll click on Register Now. And you can see it's going to continue on telling me that the starting time is going to happen. So it's very realistic. It picks up that timer and taking into account the time it took me to type in my name and email address. So it looks like it's genuine and that it's real. Again, we're not necessarily trying to trick people, but we're trying to give them the experience of a live webinar without actually having to be there. So let me go ahead and close that. I'm going to go here and I'm going to show the direct webinar URL. I won't make us wait here for this timer to run out.
You copied too much stuff. Yeah,
yeah, I did. I overcopied. Let me go ahead and get the direct webinar URL. Take it back here so we don't have to wait for that. You can see it's going to go ahead. It's going to load my webinar.
Training. We're going to be going through
I got to mute my browser because I can't stop the video. That's a big thing about webinars is when you're doing a live webinar, you can't stop that. You can't say, hey, pause, guys. I'm going to come back later. And that's an important thing. That's actually what helps the sales with a webinar. That's what makes a webinar so powerful. When you send somebody to a sales video, you send them to a pre-made video, they can pause that. You give them options. You say to them, you can check this out at any time at your leisure. And we all know that when people say they're going to do something tomorrow, it doesn't happen. It's probably been about 2 weeks that I was going to cut the grass in my backyard tomorrow, and I still haven't done it. I mean to do it. I intend to do it. I honestly want to do it because I want my yard to look nice, but tomorrow never comes. And when you send people to a sales video, you send people to something that they can have an option on. Tomorrow never comes and you lose that customer. That's what makes webinars so powerful. You cannot pause a live video. They either have to pay attention and be there with you, or they might miss out. That's how Autonars works as well. People cannot pause this video. There's no branding at all to the video. They can't pause it. They can't fast forward. They can't play it. And if they leave and come back, it will end and they have missed out. That gives you the same experience as a webinar without you needing to actually be there. This looks just like a webinar, only we're not here. This is running evergreen. You can also see in here, there's the live questions and answers feature, so people can go ahead and type in a question. I can have that question go to my phone. I use the Gmail app so that the question will go to my phone. If I answer them, the answer will pop up in here live as well, giving them that experience that I'm actually right there with them. They get all the benefits of a live webinar, but I don't have to do any of the work. Also in here, you can see I've opted to use the simulated attendees feature in this example, and you can see here it's showing attendees, and this will change. So it says 39 right now, and over time it will change. It will go up and down realistically, so it looks like it's a real webinar. Does everybody understand how the automated webinars work? If it does, I'll go ahead and continue. Just let me know in the chat box here.
I'm going to relay some questions to you, Brett, because we've had some good ones come on here. So let me just relay some of these to you here. Where is the video streaming from?
YouTube.
So guys, the video is from YouTube, and I had someone else ask earlier about being worried that, okay, it's going to load up and people are going to see the YouTube video there. Can you explain how you fix that?
Well, I can show you that I fixed it. I can't explain to you how I fixed it because the YouTube API is incredibly complicated. I can just say my best explanation is that I'm a really good developer. So when you actually
very modest too.
Generally speaking, when you mouse over something, when you mouse over a YouTube video, there'll be the YouTube logo in here. Notice I'm mousing over this right now. There is no YouTube logo. Nothing shows. I'm clicking on it. Nothing shows. There is no branding. I actually know how to use the YouTube API very well. I'm fortunate that in the time from when I was a carpenter, I like to call myself a carpenter. You like to say I was morbid making caskets. But from the time that I was a carpenter to the time I was a marketer, there was actually a space of time in the middle there of about 6 years that I was a freelance software developer. And I became a pretty good software developer, and I used to do a lot of YouTube integrations, so I know how to do that so that there's no branding.
This question right here, I want to make sure we cover this one here. It says, Patrick's asking, so what should we do webinars on? Patrick, the whole idea of this, I mean, you can use this like we do and with your own webinars, and there's that option there, but what we did is we have it so that you can actually use our webinars and sell our products and get 100% commissions from it. So you don't have to create a product, you don't have to create a webinar. Brett, if you can just go into edit webinar again, and go over to that load webinar area. So if you go in there, all you have to do is go inside there, and you can see here, you could fill it out yourself with whatever you wanted to put in there. But all you have to do is load up your pre-made webinar. The front end offer, we'll talk about OTOs later, but the front end offer includes 2 done-for-you webinars and 2 done-for-you products that are associated, obviously, with those webinars. So you have both the product and the webinar, so that you don't have to do webinars. So that the whole thing of what should we do webinars are on, you can do them on anything you want, but if you don't want to do them, we've created it so that they are done for you. That's what makes this so different from other systems out there. Someone's asking, can you play these inside of Facebook? Mark, you can't play them inside of Facebook, but you can link to them from Facebook.
Yeah, no, I don't even think that would be possible to play them inside of Facebook, honestly. I mean, it's trying to put a whole software inside of another social media site. That really wouldn't work.
It's like, can I drive my motorcycle in my car? Like, you wouldn't want to do that. What if the individual cannot watch the webinar until later? Well, I guess they're gonna maybe save the sign up form and sign up later. Let's see here. Oh, this is a good question from Patrick. Is the sign up page included, Brett?
Yeah, it is. And I actually want to go ahead and answer that last question as well, if the individual can. And it'll also help with this question recently as well. So let me go up to the webinar stuff. If you actually go ahead and you click links, okay? If the individual cannot watch the webinar, he opts in, but he's like in the middle, he's like, oh man, I gotta go to work. I can't see the end. What I actually do, you notice there, it generates your automatic sign up page. It generates the webinar automatically. The last URL I haven't showed yet is the replay URL. What I actually do is I integrate this with my autoresponder, and I have an automated message going out. So if they leave, they can't show up, you say, hey guys, thanks for attending. In case you couldn't see the whole thing, here's the replay URL. That's why we automatically make a replay URL. We've thought of that people might have to leave in the middle of it. You don't want to lose them. There's an automated replay generated for you as well.
A good question here from, I don't have your name here. It says, if we get 100% of the sales, what do you guys get out of us using your pre-made webinars?
I get the money that you spend when you buy the system. I'll be 100% fine. You're buying the right to sell my product at 100% commissions.
Can you put, no, David, you can't put the webinar in live video. It's not, like, guys, one thing I want to say to you, like a lot of different questions here about like integrating and putting it in Facebook and stuff, and I understand that, but don't overcomplicate this system. I think that's a big problem that a lot of people have, is they try to go out there and make something more complicated than it has to be. Just like, this system works. We've made money using Autonars ourselves, using the actual software ourselves, and I'm going to show you later that we have people that have already used it and started making money with it. So it's not like, it's one of those things like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. What do we need to set up an autoresponder for our own automated webinar to send the webinar replay? You'd have to grab your own link, Leslie, for that. If you wanted to send out that replay, you need to send in that link in your autoresponder. So they could just grab that link, right, Brett?
Yeah, absolutely. And how they integrate, I mean, we integrate with several different autoresponders. How you integrate with them is going to depend on, like, if you're using Aweber or GetResponse, there's going to be different settings for each one. The system is set up to accept the settings. So I really can't like tell you how to do an Aweber integration right in the middle of the call. So, but they have their own tutorials as well. I want to answer one that somebody asked, and it's very important. It's one thing that I can't show you on here, but it's a question that everybody should be asking. I can't show you because I'm obviously on a computer. Does this work on mobiles? Does the presentation work on mobiles? Absolutely. I spend a lot of time ensuring that it works on mobiles, that the YouTube videos play and don't have any branding on a mobile, that it works perfectly on a mobile. This is absolutely fully mobile responsive, and it will work on a mobile device. Even the presentation will work on a mobile device as well. I knew how important that was, and I put in a lot of time to make sure that it works.
A ton of other questions here, guys. I'm going to try to get to most of them. Brett, is there anything else you wanted to show before we come back to me? But if you guys have questions, we'll definitely stay on here to answer them.
No, I'm going to go ahead and answer one real quick, though, before I send it back to you, because I noticed it says, besides YouTube, can this use with Amazon or something? No, this uses YouTube for the video hosting. It's free. It works well. They have a great API that makes the system work. There was no need to integrate Amazon or something like that, because Amazon doesn't even have an API.
Cool.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and send this back to you. Are you ready for it? Unless there's any more questions for me, anybody wants to see something in the system.
We've got a bunch of questions here. I wish we could get to them all, guys, but I don't think we have time right now. But we will keep up these questions and try to get through them in a little bit here. We've got a lot of people on this call today. Someone wants to see a sign-up page. Can you pull up a sign-up page again? You can show that again.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me go ahead and shut this down. It's still running. I'll go ahead and get a sign-up URL for you. So this is a sign-up page.
So you guys have that sign-up page here, and people are asking about like stuff that they can change there. They can change the colors on there. They can actually change the video there, I believe. Change the timing, the starting time there, what it says there. Most of this is configurable. You can't drag and drop things around because, I mean, this is a standard squeeze page that will convert for you. I mean, you've got the button at the top there, the two-click opt-in page that works really well. You got a video on it. You can put your own video on there if you want to. It's up to you there. But one thing that's really, people are asking about the questions. So what happens, guys, with this, and I thought this was really cool, Brett, is when people go and they opt in for this and they put in their name and email, what happens is when you ask a question later on, when the person asks a question on the webinar, it actually sends it to your email like Brett was talking about. But the reason why he's got your email is because he just takes that one that he got from the opt-in. So it's a really cool process. It's really simple, but I think it's super powerful. And I saw another question there about someone saying, well, what if you're sleeping during it? Well, you can reply back either while they're on the call or you can email them later. So let's say you get some questions, it's the middle of the night, and you wake up in the morning, you can send them a question, you can send them an email back and say, hey, sorry, I missed your question. I just want to make sure that I reply to you and answer their questions and help them later on. So I think that's a really powerful feature.
Yeah, what I actually do in that case, like if somebody sends me a question and I wasn't able to answer them because it was 3 a.m. my time, is I email them back and I say, hey, sorry, everybody was super excited about XYZ presentation. I didn't have time to get everybody, but don't think I forgot about you. I wanted to email your answer. And I've actually had people say thank you. They're like, oh, thanks for getting back to me. I appreciate that. So you can actually make yourself look good in that situation because they are happy that you didn't ignore them in that case.
This is an interesting question, and I want to make this the last one before you come back to me, Brett, but I think it's an important question for you. Okay. Drew asks, how long will this product be supported? YouTube may change their interface API a year from now. This is a good question.
Well, I mean, I can't, how long is it going to be supported? That's a stacked question. I mean, I'm obviously not going to say till tomorrow. You know what I mean? That's a very stacked question. I will say this: if 2, 3, 4 years from now, YouTube goes out of business, well, then this isn't going to work anymore. I don't know. Maybe YouTube might make an announcement 2 years from now and say, "Hey guys, we're bankrupt." Okay, you know what I mean? So, it's
going to. If YouTube goes out of business, we're screwed.
Yeah, it's going to be supported as long as possible. Anybody who's ever bought something from me, I have people that are using software that I wrote in 2013 still. The big advantage that I have with these systems is that a lot of times marketers will sell software. And I get where the question's coming from, because a lot of times marketers will sell software. They'll sell it for a one-time price. They make a bunch of money, and then the software disappears. And I'll tell you exactly why that happens. Because most marketers aren't software developers. So they'll go ahead, they'll create a software, they'll make a bunch of money, and then a year from now, they're not selling it anymore. If they didn't make it an evergreen offer, they can't code themselves, so they have costs of developers. To keep maintaining and updating the system. And they say, why should I do that? I'm not selling this anymore. I don't even have the offer. And why should I pay the developer costs? Well, there's two things that are different with me with that. One, I am a developer. I have absolutely no update costs. As a matter of fact, I'm a massive computer nerd. If I wasn't coding software, I would probably be just coding for fun and putting it on GitHub just because I'm a nerd. So I have no costs on updating stuff. The second thing is my stuff doesn't disappear. I have software from 2013. You can still buy if you want to. I do a launch and I do it at an early price to, quite frankly, be able to bring it to the market. But my software won't disappear. After this launch is over, it won't disappear either. The price will go up because I'll start using paid ads to get traffic, and that will require me to spend more money, so I'll have to charge more, but it won't vanish. So I don't think you have to worry about it. Now, will it never go away? Well, I don't know. Maybe YouTube will go out of business, maybe. So I can't say that, but it will stay, and be updated as long as humanly possible. I will say that.
The short answer for that is Brett's going to support it, and it's not going to go away. If you look at all Brett's other softwares out there, he really does support them and he really does care about them. So that's why I thought it was a funny question, because he actually takes care of his software, unlike other people out there. So Brett, I'm going to ask you if you can send it back to me.
All right. I was getting emotional on the idea that somebody might think that I would abandon my stuff. Sorry about the long answer.
I know you were. Great. Send it back.
All right, there you go.
So, okay, guys. So we are near the end here, guys. So the question here is, who is Autonars for? This is for anyone who wants to be able to cash in on webinars while doing the least amount of work. I'm one of those people, and Brett's one of those people. That's why we created it for ourselves. Anyone fed up with not being able to make any money online, anyone who is ready to start getting results with webinars without ever having to give one, anyone who wants profitable webinars handed to them already, and anyone who wants one-time access to a software that automates a powerful income stream. And because we really want you to succeed with this, we're going to be giving you our group traffic profit system 100% for free if you take action on this today. We're going to be giving you this program. It's going to teach you how to go out there and get traffic. So if you were thinking, oh, I can't get traffic, this is a 100% free way of getting traffic. There's tons of other ways of getting traffic out there, but we wanted to give you one that was free so that you could have a leg up on everyone else out there. So what I want you to do now is just go ahead and click the link to get your copy of Autonars now. And if you have any questions for me, just type them in the chat box. Quick question for you guys. Quick question. You might have just noticed that I told you to type your question in the chat box and to click the link on the side, but I didn't show a link on the screen or talk about any dates or times. And if we did, we'll edit them out, but I tried my best not to talk about any dates or times during this call. Why do you think I did that? Why did I do that? Go ahead and put your answer in the chat box right now. Why haven't I given any links out yet? And why haven't I been mentioning dates or times? We got some people that are in on it. Okay. Yeah, you guys are you're smarter than I give you credit for. I definitely should give you more credit on this. That is right. With just a little bit of editing, this too can be used as an Autonar in the future. Do you see the power of that? Do you see how powerful this is? You can use this literally on your own webinars, literally on any video out there. You can use it on interviews, you can use it on review videos, you can use it on any video out there. That's the power of Autonars. You don't just need to use it with our webinars. It's great if that's what you want to do, but any of you that want to take it to the next level, you can also use it on your own stuff as well. So I just thought that was for me, a really powerful example of why this is such an amazing tool here. So we've got a few minutes until this is really going to go live for you. But before we get there, I've got some frequently asked questions that I'm going to go over here really quickly here. So the first one here is, does Autonars work on any computer? Autonars is a fully cloud-based software, meaning that you can access it from any device that has an internet connection without issue. Now, today we had a little bit of a internet connection problem for the other thing we were doing, but that just shows you how powerful an Autonar can be. You don't have to worry about what computer you're on. You're not going to have any issues with that. Does it have a monthly fee associated with it? If you act now, you can get full access to Autonars with everything without having to pay a monthly fee. And are others having results with Autonars? These are real results here. You can see here that Ankur Shukla here, we gave him a copy of the software. He went out there and he says here, all I did was set up the auto webinar using Autonars and went to bed, woke up to 3 sales. Now that is awesome, waking up to an extra $600 without doing anything. Guys, these are real results, not just us using it, but from other people using this as well. Do I need any tech skills or experience to make this work? Autonars comes with easy setup instructions so that anyone, even someone who's never run a webinar before, will be able to make this work. Will it work in any niche? You can absolutely use Autonars to profit in any niche. It's great. It works great in niches both in and outside of internet marketing and make money online. The webinars that we include inside of it are more towards the make money online niche. But remember, if you're interested in getting this because you have other webinars that you want to put on autopilot, you can use this for those as well. And the last one here is, do I need to give webinars myself? And of course, the answer is no, hence the name. Autonars is a tool that you can use our technology to do unlimited webinars on total autopilot without ever having to go live. So we are right at that time now where we are actually going to make this go live here. So Brad, I know we're about a minute out here. So am I able to go ahead and give out that link to people? Are we ready yet, or do you want me to wait another minute here?
Nope, we're good. I just gave you the live link inside of Skype, so you can go ahead and give it to the guys.
Okay, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna grab that. And if you want to paste it, actually I'll grab it over here. Let me grab it. So guys, let me share my screen again here. So the link that you guys want to go to, it is live. There is an early bird discount on autonars.com/get_it. Now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put that into the chat box here so you guys can all grab that. Let me put that here in the chat. Send that. Oh, Brett already did it. Brett, you always beat me to these things. I want to do it too. So I'm gonna put it in there as well in case you guys didn't see it. If you look in the chat box, it's autonars.com/get_it. I'm gonna go back over to here and actually put it on the screen for you guys so you can see it. Let's see here. That's not gonna help me. Animate document. That's not being very nice. Let me go back up here. I'll just paste it right there. There you go, guys. autonars.com/get_it. And I'm wondering here, who here right now is picking up Autonars? Who's excited about this? Who's in? Put a yes in the chat box right now if you are in. If you are 100% getting your copy of Autonars. This is awesome. This is coming in like crazy here. Let me go ahead. They're coming in. Yes, yes, yes. Out of control. Let's see. Buying it now. I'm in. Yes. Oh, someone says, Claire says maybe. Claire, that's not very exciting. Let's see here. Yes, yes. Is it really $35? I believe that's the price right now. I know we're doing an early bird pricing, unless I'm wrong. It's for a limited time. We're going to have it at a super cheap price. just go ahead and click that link and check out, click the buy button, and you can, that's the easiest way you can find out what the price is there. So yeah, we get tons of people that are in here. Super excited. I'm really excited for you guys. This is something that we've been like really excited to release to the public, and we're sure that you guys are going to love it as well. Tons of people are saying that they're in. Really cool. Okay, cool. So let me just, if you guys don't mind, I'm going to check here. I've got, I'm just going to go and make sure that everything's running smoothly here. Let's see, everything's running good. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to get to some of the questions that you guys have here. We've got a fully packed house today. It's super crazy. Sales are flying in like crazy. I haven't seen something like this in a while. This is pretty intense. Again, guys, the link is autonars.com/get_it. And just remember, I wanted to show you this again here. I thought this was really cool. I want to show you, make sure you guys understand the power of this right here. I mean, this is a person that has the first time using Autonars was able to make sales using Autonars itself. So I think that's really, really powerful, and something that we didn't like solicit from them. They just went out there and actually brought those results back to us. I also think it's really important that you guys notice that today we had a bunch of problems on this webinar. So just know that, wouldn't it be nice if you could just have a perfect webinar? I can go back in after and I can edit out those problems that we had with like communicating back and forth and stuff. I can go out there and cut that out. You guys, anyone that is watching a replay or an Autonar is going to be able to watch it, and their experience of it, if you think about it, their whole viewing experience of it is going to be better too. They're not going to have to sit there and wade through that nonsense there. So it's better not just for us, but for everyone involved here. So I've got a bunch of questions here that I'm going to try to get to. You guys probably know things get a little bit crazy here. Let's see here. So I want to make sure that everyone's getting in and whatnot. Okay. See if I can get some questions here about software. How often might I get email questions that I have to respond to? Claire asks. Claire, that's going to obviously depend upon how many people that you're sending to your Autonars. If you've got thousands of people attending your Autonars, then you're going to get you're going to definitely get more questions. If you've got 5 people attending, you're not going to get a ton of questions. So it's going to definitely depend on how many people are attending your Autonars. Someone said, did I get it for free? I don't think you don't get this for free. It's a paid product. Okay, let's see here. Will there be instructions for connecting Autonars to YouTube and autoresponders? Danny, you don't need to connect it to YouTube. There are instructions about adding in YouTube videos, and there are instructions inside in the tutorials on how to connect it to autoresponders. It's fairly simple there on how to do that. And of course, if you have any questions, we have a support desk that you guys can reach out to. Ashley's asking if they get 100% commissions on the upsells too. Actually, there aren't any upsells, so there's nothing like you have to worry about with that. As far as she's asking, when you promote the products, are there any upsells? Or when you promote those products, there aren't, so you don't have to worry about that. It's not like you promote it and we get the money there. Let's see here. If you think of Koenig's idea of you everywhere now, yeah, this gives you a whole, yeah, Paul, this gives you a whole new channel to put your marketing on. It's a great way of going out there and extending your marketing efforts here. Let's see here. Good. Sorry guys, if I'm not getting your question yet, please don't ask it a ton of times because I'm trying to go through them. We've got tons of questions coming through here with this. So I'm doing the best I can to try to get through them all. Yes, guys, there was a guy who put out a rip-off software. If you heard about one called Autonario, it's not us. It's someone trying to take our launch hype. So we've heard about that from a few people. If it doesn't have Brett and myself on the sales page, then it's not from us. It's not Autonars. So look for our faces on there. You're definitely gonna see us on there. No, I said there are no upsells to when you guys. Okay, pay attention to this. When you guys sell the products inside of Autonars, it's a one-time, it's a front-end product. So those products don't have OTOs when you sell them. There are some OTOs for Autonars, the one that you guys are gonna pick up today, and I'm gonna go through those in a minute. So if you guys are waiting to hear about the OTOs, I'll cover those in just a minute here. I hope that you understand that. Congratulations, Sonny, on your copy received. Can I use this for my own webinar content? Yes, you can. You can use this for your own webinars, definitely. Congratulations. Howard says, okay, Howard, I'm going to go over those in just a second here. So if you guys, anyone that's waiting for OTO stuff, I'm going to go over those in a second. So just be a little bit patient with me there on that. Okay, here, let me go back here. And let's see here. Okay, let me get back inside here. Sorry guys, we're in the middle of launch craziness, so I'm sure you guys can understand if you can bear with us here. There's an upgrade to a pro. So what I'm going to do, guys, let me just go ahead and let me just pull up the OTOs here because a few people asking about these OTOs. So let me pull that up here. So once you guys get to the, you click on that link and you get to the sales page, you're going to see Autonars here. So if you go here, you're going to see that the product, this is the one that we talked about today. This includes everything that we talked about, everything that we said was included, is included inside of this product here. So when you go there, you can pick this up. Now there are some upgrades. In order to pick up the upgrades, you have to own the front end product. So just for any of you sneaky people out there that think you can sneak through and try to pick them up, because I know some people, some affiliates link out to those things. Don't think you can just get the pro and have it. You need to pick up this one to be able to upgrade to the pro version. So the first upgrade that you're going to see here is the ability to get 100% commissions on 4 more done-for-you webinars, and you're going to get the developer license. This is a super powerful upgrade. You don't have to get it. We don't take our software and like remove features to make them it so we have OTOs. We make OTOs to make your experience better. This is going to give you, again, 100% commissions, and you're going to get 4 more products, and you're going to get developer rights. So you can go out there and you can actually charge people to run their webinars for them. Let's say you are in the local business niche and you reach out to local clients and you say, hey, look, I know that you've got these sales presentations. You did them one time. What if you could do them over and over and over again, and you can make money over and over and over from them? Charge them $497 a month for it and use the software to do that. So really, really powerful, really, really amazing way. You can go out there and actually approach other internet marketers and put their webinars on autopilot for them with Autonars. A really amazing upgrade. Again, you get the 100% commissions on every sale, 4 more done-for-you webinars, and you get you'll be able to have the ability to earn monthly money from clients by charging them for the developer license here. Sounds like there's a horn going on in the background. I don't know. So if you guys hear that, I'm not sure what that is. We have here, it says for the next one here, this is OTO 2, where we're going to teach you exactly how to use Autonars to bring in an extra $500,000 to $50,000 every single month without ever doing a single webinar yourself. So if you want live coaching, we're not going to send you an Autonar. We're going to be doing live coaching with you on how you can go out there and build huge email lists, how you can actually make money with this and take Autonars and actually bring it to the next level. This is going to be a perfect upgrade for you here. It's 4 weeks. We teach you how to go out there and get traffic, how to find hidden Autonars, how to build your email list, and how to take this all to the next level. This will be Brett and myself personally walking through this whole business for you. A powerful upgrade, and that's a one-time offer. That's not like something monthly either. All of these here, all this offer here is going to be one time for you. And the last OTO, there's just 3 OTOs in here. The last one is something that is really, really special for us. This is the agency access here. This means that you can actually go out there and sell Autonars like it is your own product. You get to sell the system. Now, this is completely different than what you've seen perhaps in other people's sales pages.
Mike, if you can hear me, we lost you again here. We're having some tech issues again from the phone tethering. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to send you a message on Skype so you can be aware of it. Sorry, guys. Thank you for your patience.
There, and you can actually use Autonars to sell this. So why not send people to this sales page to pick up your copy of Autonars and get 100% of the profits from that. Super powerful upgrade, one of our most powerful offers that we have here. So those are the 3 OTOs. I'm gonna go back here and take a look in the chat box here. Someone says they lost audio. Am I back? Huh, Brett?
Yes, you're back, Mike. You want to go ahead and explain the agency again, because we lost you for about 20 seconds when you were talking about it.
I was so excited about it too. I don't know if I can explain it with such enthusiasm again, but I'll do my best.
You know what the irony
this is the agent.
We almost couldn't.
The irony.
Yeah, the irony here is that we're talking about a system that we built because we're having tech issues and stuff on webinars, making us look silly. And here we are having tech issues. I swear to God, guys, we didn't plan it this way, but it's really given us great proof on why an automated webinar system is important. I mean, we couldn't have planned it better, to be honest with you.
Someone actually put in the chat box, Brett. They were like, "Is that like we were having issues earlier?" And they were like, "Is that planned? Did you guys plan this?" And I don't think Brett and I aren't very good actors, so I think we would have been like, "Oh, I can't hear you anymore. What's going?" Like we wouldn't have been able to be very good actors with it. I'm fairly.
It would have been great marketing. I was just thinking that it would have been great marketing if we did plan it, though. But
I don't think we're that good of marketers to be able to do that. Someone's asking for the link here. So let me, guys, the link for this is autonars.com/get_it. Put in the chat box here. Again, you should have it in the chat box. Just check out that chat box. It's autonars.com/get_it. I don't know why Brett always puts these underscores in here and he messes me up. Gosh darn you, Brett. Why do you mess with me? Okay, so I'm going to go over to the agency here. And let me explain this to you guys again. So agency, this is one of our most powerful offers. We are going to close this down at the end of the launch. So if you get to this in the funnel, take a good look at this because we are going to take this away. This is a way so that you can go out there and actually sell Autonars like it's your own product. You're able to go into JVZoo, create your own buy button. You get to keep all of the money that you send, that you make selling it. So you keep 100% of the profits. You can get affiliates to send it for you. So if you're looking for traffic, you can get affiliates to send you traffic. And on top of that, it's just all the support's done for you. All the sales pages. We spent thousands of dollars on sales pages. We spent thousands of dollars on copy and getting everything all set up for this. You don't have to do any of that. Brett coded for, I might say months to code this. I'm not even sure how long he coded it for. Brett's a fast coder, I know, but it took him a while. If you were going to pay someone to code something like this for you, I'm not exaggerating. I'm probably lowballing it. You're going to pay anywhere from $10,000 to $20,000 to get someone to do this for you. If you pay less than that, you're probably going to get a really crappy software, and you need to be careful about that. This is something that is one of Brett's quality softwares that you get to go out there and sell as your own. I don't know. This is what I said before. This is what I thought was really cool. You can actually now use Autonars to sell your agency access. You can go out there with Autonars and actually sell Autonars to people with Autonars. I mean, and you could even you could go out there, create a little presentation for someone, sell Autonars, and even if it was really short, and say, look guys, this is how I did it. I made this presentation with Autonars. Now you can buy it yourself. It's super powerful. Anyone out there with a little bit of creativity could really take this to the next level. So Okay, I got a bunch of questions here. I'm going to try to go through them. It's tons of questions here. So, okay, someone says buying here. If you, I'm going to ask you guys again. If you've asked a question, please don't ask it multiple times because I'm trying to get through these. I'm going to go through as best as I can here with this. So Ashley's asking, with the coaching, what time will the trainings be? I believe they're going to be at around 10 a.m. Eastern, Ashley, but they will be recorded. So if you miss out on them, you don't have to worry about it. We'll make sure that you get you get a recording of that. And don't be surprised if we send it out with Autonars. So if you have any questions, you can ask them in the training there. So we want to make sure you guys have a great way of asking us questions. I mean, that's another way of using Autonars. Think about it. If you're doing a coaching program, send out your coaching with Autonars, and you can answer people's questions right inside of Autonars. It's another powerful way of using it. Gaynor says, does the agency come with an Autonars webinar to sell it with? Gaynor, that's a good question. I'm not quite sure if we're going to be including the webinar yet. I'll have to talk with Brett about that, whether or not we're going to include that in there. But that's an interesting idea. Go ahead,
I think we should. I mean, we've set this up, Mike. We've planned this. I was actually just thinking that as you were talking about it. We should use this webinar for the Autonars webinar. I think we should include that for the people that have the agency. I think that's fair. If you're okay with it.
Well, you guys heard it here first. We're gonna include it in there. I didn't want to make the decision without talking to Brett. So now we talked about it. We both think it's a good idea. So we're gonna add that in there. And Brett, we should probably put that on the sales page. That'll be a good note to make there. That's a really cool bonus that you guys are gonna get. So anyone that picks up the agency, we're gonna have that inside of there. You can actually use the webinar that we did today, and of course we're going to edit out a lot of the stuff. We're going to edit out this ending part, and we're going to make it into an actual Autonar for you, so that if you purchase the agency, you get our webinar that we did today. Of course, up until that part where I said, "Hey guys, you just noticed what I did," so it makes more sense, and I'll edit out anything else that doesn't make sense either. So awesome, really cool upgrade there. I'm excited about that. People are really excited about that. Cool. How many Autonars are available on the front end? Rob, you get 2 on the front end. If you upgrade to the first OTO, you get 4 more. So the first upgrade is going to give you 4 more, and you get 100% commissions on all of that with the unlimited developer license there. So really powerful upgrade there, Rob. Is the 4-week training recorded? Yes, Ian, we're going to record that. Don't worry. The agency access includes 100% on the OTO. No, Calvin, the agency access doesn't include the 2 OTOs. Why? Because, well, it wouldn't really make sense for this one because this is a live training that we're doing here. So, I mean, it wouldn't really make sense for that. So the agency access is the rights to sell the front end product there. Let's see here. Patrick says, I bought Pro, but don't see the additional webinars in my links section. Patrick, if you bought the Pro version, please send both your receipts for the front end version and the Pro version. Send that to the support desk. You should find a support desk link inside of the software. Send that in and we will upgrade you manually, but make sure you send in both your receipts. Chris says bought the Pro version, but not the agency. Congrats, Chris. If you want to pick up that agency, we're going to be closing that after the launch, so you got to make sure you grab it during the launch period. Explain the difference between the developer's license and the agency again. Okay, so the developer's license means that you can actually go out there and run these for your customers. So you would be the one setting up the software for them, setting up the webinars, doing all the behind the scenes stuff for them. You wouldn't give them the software. You want to. The reason why that's more powerful is because if they ever decide they want to stop paying you, well, you just take away their webinar. Like if they're not going to pay you anymore, you stop sending them the sales. So you control their whole business, and they don't even know. They don't necessarily even need to know what you're doing. Like a lot of these people won't have any idea what's going on behind the scenes there. They're just going to be happy that you are actually providing this service for them. But the agency means that you can actually go out there and you sell the whole our software like it's your own product. You actually get inside the software. And Brett, do you want to show the agency really quick here? We haven't really showed that on here.
Yeah, sure.
Do you have time? Are you working on tech stuff? Or are you good?
No, I'm just monitoring server load and being a nerd. So go ahead, yeah, send it over.
Okay. Okay, because if you're not, I can answer some other questions, and if you want to postpone it a little bit.
No, absolutely. Agency is a very unique system, and I think that it will be beneficial to people. If they want to see it, I want to show it. And if they don't want to see it, I don't want to waste their time. But if they want to see it, let us know in the chat box, and I will show it for you guys.
You guys want to see agency access? Do you want to see how the agency works? Put a yes in the chat box if you want to see it. I want to make sure there's enough people that actually want to see it before we do it. If it's just like one person, it's not fair for everyone. Okay, we get enough people. Well, a lot of people want to see it. Okay, so Brett, I'm going to send it over to you. Make presenter. You ready?
Yep, go ahead and send it over to me. In order to sell digital products, people have to create digital products. This is something I realized a long time ago, and I have an advantage. I can go ahead and write a software. I wrote this software. Autonars is 250,000 lines of code. I typed every single line of code of this myself. Other people don't have that advantage. Other people aren't big computer nerds like I am. So they have to hire a developer. They have to pay thousands of dollars to hire a developer to type code. When I was freelancing, I was charging $75 an hour, and I was actually a cheap freelancer. I mean, it's usually $100, $125 an hour. People are just getting started. They just don't have, honestly, let's be frank, they don't have the resources to pay somebody $100 an hour for 3 months to create a software for them. I wanted to give everybody the ability, though, to sell software as your own product. And I say as your own product, and that's important because as your own product means you can attract affiliates. You can get affiliates to promote your product. Okay, so what I wanted to do was create a system. I've done this several times. I've had people make their first bit of money doing this. I wanted to create a system where people can sell my software as their own product. So it becomes a done for you system. So that's where agency came from. I'm going to show you exactly how it works. You go ahead, you click on my agency. You see the number of license that you have, but the important thing is going to be agency settings. Go ahead and click on agency settings, and everybody obviously knows that has bought anything from me is that I use JVZoo for my checkout. It's a great checkout system. You simply get a buy now button code. You create the product on JVZoo. It's very simple to do. It takes all of about, I can do it in a minute. Somebody doing it their very first time, it might take 5 minutes. Fill in a couple of settings, and there is an agency help that teaches you how to do it. You simply says copy this here, paste it this here. Actually shows the screen on Autonars, it shows the screen on JVZoo. Copy it here from Autonars, paste it here in JVZoo. When it's all said and done, you get a buy now button code. You go ahead, you paste that buy now button code in here. Click on the save button, and you can see this URL here that says your sales page URL. When traffic goes to that URL, when you send people to that URL, it shows your buy button. So everybody that's going ahead and they're buying Autonars right now, they're seeing my buy button. They're seeing the buy button that Brett Retegui set up inside of his JVZoo account. When you send people to this URL, they will see your buy button that you set up in JVZoo. So that means that these people are now your customer. You're selling my software as your own product. You're building your own customer email list. You could attract your own affiliates to promote your product. The only thing you needed to do was create the buy button in JVZoo, which I said takes a maximum of 5 minutes. It's copy and paste. I've built the software. I've built the sales page. I do the updates and the support. I do everything for you. You just make the money simply by pasting a link inside of here that you set up in JVZoo and sending traffic to your special sales page URL, or by attracting affiliates to send traffic for you. That's the power of the agency access. It allows you to do exactly what I do, sell software online through the JVZoo network without actually needing to make, create, update, or support the software. Is there any questions?
Robert wants to know if we can, Robert wants to know if we can rebrand the whole thing.
Well, no, that wouldn't make sense, because let's just say you go ahead and you change this, Robert, and you said, I'm going to call this Robert's Great Webinar Software. Well, I do the updates and support for you. So somebody goes ahead and sends in a support ticket and they say, I need help with Robert's Great Webinar Software. I'm going to say, well, what's that? So no,
it's Robert's Great Webinar Software. Let's see. We get some more questions here. I bought the front end product. If I get the developer license, does the agency get included? How much is the developer?
No, developer is a license. Developer lets you create Autonars for other people. And that's a license, because if you create Autonars for other people, you're using my system resources, and that other person will never be a customer of mine because you're doing it for them. That's fine. You're more than welcome to do that if you get the developer's license. That's what the developer's license is, the right to use my system for other people that aren't my customers. However, the agency license is the right to sell my system to other people, so that way they now get accounts. Do you understand is the difference unclear there?
I think that seems pretty clear. Yes, they're good there. Chris says buying agency now, but already access pro account. Can I use the same login?
You do. You need to go ahead. If you're going to go ahead and pick up the agency, go ahead and send in a support request. One thing you guys will notice is I do all my own support. I very strongly feel that the best person to do support is me, since I wrote the system. So that means if you go ahead and send in a support request now, you're not going to get an answer right now because I'm on a live call. But once the call is over, I'm going to go ahead and jump in the support desk. Anybody needs help, send in a support link. The only thing that I ask is make it as easy as possible on me when you send in a support request. If you're asking for an upgrade, include your existing account login. So I don't have to send back to you and say, well, what's your account? And we have to go back and forth, and include your receipt ID because that saves me the time of trying to look it up. One of the advantages of doing my own support is I can give you the best support. One of the disadvantages is I'm only one person. So include the relevant information and make it easy as possible on me, guys.
Okay. My autoresponder provider has no integration system and provides HTML codes. Is it possible here?
No, honestly, HTML codes, a lot of people put in those HTML codes. I'm going to tell you as a software developer, a lot of times people have these autoresponder HTML integrations. I'll be honest, I have, as a developer, I have not been able to do it 100% reliably, and 95% reliably is not good enough for me. So what I actually do is I have a download button. So if you go ahead and you use an autoresponder that's not one that we automatically integrate with, you can go ahead and click on this little button that looks like an envelope, and you can download your leads to import to your autoresponder.
Let's see here. Okay. Guys, oh, okay. Sean says, hey guys, I bought the front end but lost my link to OTO1. Guys, inside the software, I believe, Brett, you have links to upgrade that are going to be in there during the launch period. So yes, I know the agency access is going to actually close. Huh?
These after launch period, these are going to be gone. So I mean, if you can go into the system right now, if you missed an upgrade, you can go into a system, you can pick up one of the upgrades, but please believe that this is not false scarcity. And please don't yell at me when it happens. At 12 o'clock on the last day at midnight, I'm going to change this page. These links are going to be gone. And if you ask me, hey, Brad, I was busy. I was at the hospital. My car broke down. I couldn't show up. My computer crashed. Can I still get it? I'm going to tell you no. So please remember that. Don't yell at me. I've had people yell at me when I've removed the upgrades and they were mad. But I'm not going to lie to everybody that took advantage of it, so that I can make an exception for one person.
Let's see here. So do you do PayPal credit? If not, can you do we allow PayPal credit? I don't even know how that works.
No, honestly, I have no idea how PayPal credit works. I've never actually used it myself. So I don't know how that works. If it integrates with JVZoo, if JVZoo supports it, we use JVZoo for our checkout card. Then yes. If not, then no. I apologize for not knowing
that. Chris is asking, or Christ was asking, what feature difference between the front end and the pro? Well, as far as features go.
Yeah, there are no feature differences. I don't hobble my software. I noticed that a lot of times. A long time ago when I started getting in the IM business, I noticed a lot of times people will create a software and they'll hobble it. They'll say, what features can we take out and make a part of the upgrade? And if that's what they do and that's how people run their business, that's fine. That's not how I do it. I don't feel comfortable doing that. So I don't take features out. So you'll notice there's absolutely no feature difference on the front end than on the pro version. The features are the same because I want to give you a full featured software from the beginning. The difference between the front end of a pro version is the done for you webinars. Front end has 2 done for you webinars. The pro version has 4 done for you webinars. And I think that's a fair upgrade because I had to put in a lot more work to do the 4 new webinars for you.
Let's see here. Okay? If you're asking about Gaynor, if you're asking about a different product, we're not going to address that on here. You can put that into support. Thank you. Front end FE2 OTO6. I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry, you're going to need to ask that question a little better. Let's see here. Will we run out of programs to offer? Let me answer that, Brett. As far as programs to offer, guys, if you are, you're going to get 2 with the front end offer. So you get 2 webinars and 2 products to sell. If you pick up the first OTO, you get 4 more. And if you pick up the second OTO, we're going to teach you how to find even more hidden Autonars out there. So you're going to even learn how to find even more webinars, even more products to promote, so that you'll never have to run a webinar yourself. Patty says, how many webinars come included? Patty, there's going to be 2 on the front end and 4 with the OTO 1 there. Let's see here. What prices are each of the upsells? Richard, the first one's 67 right now. The next one is 47, and the agency's price varies depending upon the amount of licenses that you pick up. Mike and Brett, I bought Autonars, but where can I access the group traffic profits training? I'm pretty sure that you get that inside of the bonus area. Brett's going to go over there right now. He's clicking on it right there, in there somewhere.
Oh, you know what? I'm glad you said something because I forgot to put the link in. I'm going to go ahead and get that in as soon as this is over. I apologize for that, guys. I forgot to make the link active because I was just editing this last night before we started. That will be in.
Hey guys, thank you for helping us.
Thank you for pointing that out.
If you want, Brett, I'll keep on answering some questions. If you want to send it back to me, I'll go ahead and keep on answering here.
Yeah, that'll be great. I'll go ahead and put that in right now. Again, thank you for pointing that out.
Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Thank you, HC, for that. We appreciate it. And everyone's happy that we would have put it in there eventually, but we got it faster, sooner rather than later. Greg, we're not going to do that right now as far as the handouts go, but you can use that once you get inside. Brett's off, too busy with other stuff. Thank you. So it's, yes, if you pick up the OTO, you actually get 6 webinars total. That's right. Can we skip the front end and buy the pro straight away? If you do that, you won't have access to the software. So if you try to skip the front end offer, the pro version is an upgrade. You can't just skip it and buy the next one. You have to actually get the front end offer. If you try to do that, you will be you'll be banned. You'll be not refunded and not allowed to buy products from us again. So that is an upgrade.
That's not true, Mike.
I will do it. I will bring down I'll bring down the hammer of Thor on that. If someone tries to be fishy,
we won't ban you, but we will refund you because you won't get the software. That's like trying to buy the upgraded leather seats without buying the car.
You watch. Behind Brett's back, I'll ban you. Brett will never find out about it. Let's see here. So we've got I have agency access to another of Brett's products. I'm assuming I don't need to buy it again. But this is a completely different product. So this is agency access to a completely different product. So if you bought agency to something else, this is agency to Autonars if you pick up agency access. Why was I denied the link? I don't know, Delino. Maybe if you purchased and you applied, and you were denied, put in a support ticket and we'll check it out. We might have done it by mistake. Can we offer monthly with agency access? Yes, Patty, that's one amazing thing you can do is that when you've got agency, you can actually sell monthly to your customers. So you can make monthly commissions from it. Definitely, that's a smart thing actually to do with it if you want to be bringing in monthly income from it. So definitely, that's something you can do. Sure. Let's see here. How much front end? David, go ahead and click on the link, and you can click on the buy button and find out how much it is. Congratulations, Chris. Chris bought the agency license. Congrats. Really, man, you made a great choice. I wish I could just buy the agency access. It'd make my life a lot easier. Awesome, David. Congrats. What would we charge if we did it monthly? Good question, Robert. If you're selling it one time, you have to charge it $67 one time. I mean, it's up to you. I would charge $67 monthly for it. People are definitely willing to pay $67 per month for something like this. We actually went back and forth about releasing this as a monthly product, and we ended up obviously deciding to make it a one-time in the end, but we could have easily sold this as a monthly product here. Bought everything. I'm keen on more license. Awesome, Ashley. Congrats. Thank you. So we have to pay $47 to see how to do this. No, David, that's for extra live training. That's for like, no. Let's see here. How about webinars for offices internal use? Constance, you could use this for internal use if you'd like to. That's up to you. Will you be selling this again? Robert, if we do sell it again in the future, the price is going to be going up throughout the launch period. Right now, if you pick it up during the early bird, it's $34.95, I believe. And if you get it at the end of the launch, we're going to go up to $67. So you can either get it for $35.95 now or pay $67 for it later.
Yeah, just to add in there, I don't abandon my stuff. I'll be selling it forever. So yes, I will be. I mean, I'll be selling the front end forever. The upgrades are going to be one time, but the price will go up because that will move on to other channels that cost me more to sell. So I have to charge more for price. So if you want it, why not get it at half price right now?
Robert says, I bought it, but just wondering about competition. Robert, really, don't worry about competition. There are millions of people out there. And during this launch period, when we sell this, we're going to sell this to between 1,500 to probably 3,000 people are going to pick up the software. Agency access buyers are a lot less than that. So it's not going to be like you're competing with like hundreds of thousands of people out there trying to sell this. Really, don't worry about that. That's like the last thing you want to worry about. Yeah, David, if you want to go all in with it, yeah. I mean, it's up to you whether you want to upgrade to the VIP. But if you want to get in on our live 4-week training where we're going to be helping you on there, answering your questions and holding your hand, then you can upgrade to that. You don't have to, but it's an optional upgrade. How long is the early bird? I believe we are closing, we're raising the price for the first time at 2 p.m., but check the timer on the sales page. May we buy the front offer and then the agency directly without the developer? Yes, you can. You don't have to get the first OTO to get the agency. But if you want those 4 extra webinars, then you need to get the first OTO. Yeah, HC, you can definitely run as many concurrent Autonars as you want. There's no limit on that. So you don't have to just have one set up. Yep, you can run webinars at the same time, Gio. Will other gurus buy this so we can promote their offers? I don't know. I'm not sure. You don't need to have them buy it to promote their offers. How can we get a script if we want to run it ourselves? We might be able to put in the slides. I don't have a problem with that if you really want to do it yourself. I mean, the whole idea, Gio, is that it's done for you. I don't know why you'd want to do that. When we record our own webinars, what's the best recording software to use? Charles, I don't really know what the best one is. I'll give you a quick, like Camtasia is one that people use. I use ScreenFlow sometimes to record videos, but you can use that.
I use Screencast-O-Matic. Anybody? I mean, it's a little unrelated, but I use a software called Screencast-O-Matic. You guys can go ahead and Google that, screen-cast.o-matic. I don't know how it is, but just Google Screencast-O-Matic. It's great software. I mean, it comes at a yearly fee. They update it once a year. It's like $7 a year or something like that. Well worth it. Go ahead and check it out.
$7 a year. Oh my God, that's crazy. Let's see here. Have you guys used Snagit? Yeah. Let's not make this about recording software, guys. What is the price for the Pro? The Pro is $67 one time. Derek says, I'm in, sent Brent a Pro upgrade request. Thank you very much. Thank you, Derek. Thank you for attending. Really appreciate it. How do I create a registration page for my own webinar? Tom, that's included. There's training inside of there for that. Ad wants to know if there's going to be a replay. Yep, we'll send out an Autonars replay of this. Can we use a PowerPoint presentation, convert to video, upload to YouTube, and run it? Yes, Jeff, you can definitely do that. Brett, can we sell the Pro? No, I believe if you buy the agency, it's going to be the front end offer that you're selling to the agency, not the Pro. Charles says, so we just record our own webinars with one of these softwares and upload it to our Autonars account. Charles, we have the webinars done for you, but if you want to create your own webinars, you can. So that's an option. But if you don't want to create your own webinars, we've got them done for you. Ian says, Brett hides the YouTube logo for the recorded webinars. How do we do that if we do one of our own? The software automatically does that for you, Ian. So we automatically hide that logo for you. It's one of the cool things of the software is that you don't have to worry about that. Let's see here. Doing my best, guys, to go through these questions. You're welcome, Ian. You're welcome, Chris. What webinars have you recorded for what products? You get Group Traffic Profits webinar, and you get Review Wizard on the front end. And then on the OTO, you get, I believe it's Mail It, Affiliate Tracks. Let me just read through here. You've got Mail It, Affiliate Tracks, Video Takeover, and you've got Profit Canvas, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. So let's see here. If it were you, what package would you get? Larry, that's good. You know, if it were me, I'd buy them all. No, Larry, it's going to depend upon what you're interested in. Do you want to, is just having 2 webinars enough for you? Is that going to be enough for you to get started? Do you want to have the 4 extra so that you can have even more webinars and even more products to sell and have the developer license with that? I mean, that's going to be up to you whether you see value in that. I can't tell you what you're going to see value in. So that might be for you. It might not be for you. For the training, I mean, do you want to get training with 2 experts, guys that are actually walking the walk, talking the talk? And for the agency, is just selling your own product and getting 100% commission sound good to you? I guess that's a question you got to ask yourself, but it's going to be hard for me to tell you which is good for you. I would say they're all good for you. But no, it's going to be different for each person. That's why we have these options. Ashley says, would you consider a monthly club with more auto webinars? Actually, that's something that we did consider, and maybe, who knows, maybe in the future we'll add that in. Front end and pro version, no, the software is the same, Tan, but the pro version has more webinars, more products, and it has developer rights. Does the replay allow them to go to YouTube? Don't think so, Greg. I don't think they can actually go over to YouTube.
No, they cannot click. There's no YouTube logo for them to go to YouTube. They cannot click the video. They cannot pause the video. They cannot fast forward or rewind it. It displays just like a live video with no branding and no functionality to click. If it did, that would totally break the whole illusion that we're trying to create for them. So now that's something that would be silly.
Yes, someone just put the link in there. Yes, that's the link. Sorry, good. Okay. Robert says, I said no to the agency. Can I get the link? I want to buy it. Robert, if you want to upgrade to the agency, you can do that inside of Autonars. Paul, if you're a beta tester, Paul, you can upgrade to the pro version inside of the members area. Is this only for Autonars you've created, or can we use our own webinars? Yes, you guys can use your own as well. So you don't just need to use ours. Patty, no, you can't just buy the OTO one in the agency. You have to get the front end product, or I'll bring down the band hammer. Mike's band hammer. No, I guess I'm not allowed to bring down the band hammer, but I will get angry. You don't want to see me angry. Let's see. I already answered that. Do you have instructions to connect to Mail It? Where would Tom find that? Tom, if you have questions about that, email Brett in support. He'll help you with
Email it support. I mean, mail it or email it tutorials. There are instructions for integrating with my system, so yeah, they're in there already.
Can I load on YouTube as a private file so it's not searchable on YouTube, but it won't show you? You don't need to do that, Chris. It's going to be automatically not showing the branding. You don't need to do that kind of stuff.
I think I know what he's asking. Let me answer that question.
Okay.
He's asking, if he puts it on YouTube, then people will be able to find it on YouTube. And then if he's afraid people will find it on YouTube and then see it on the presentation and obviously know that it's a recording. Yes, put it on YouTube, make it as unlisted, not private. Private means only you can see it. That won't work. Make it unlisted so people can't find it on YouTube. And then that way they will never see it on YouTube. They will only see it on your Autonar.
Let's see here. If I want to show a friend's webinar on my account, what version would I get? You want to get the developer license. You want to get the OTO 1 if you want to use it for your friend's webinar. If you're doing it for your friend. Okay, thank you. I have a number of your other products. I do know you keep your promises to remove access. Thank you for all the great products. You're very welcome, Sean. Thank you. This is interesting, guys. This is an interesting question for you guys that are paying attention. Robert says, I'm in Thailand and will be working when the webinars are on. Will there be a replay so I can watch them? Just the whole thing about people, different time zones and different things. Like these trainings go on, but people can't always attend them. So this is perfect. You can use them. You can use Autonars for your webinars. You can use it for your trainings. It's a perfect way of being able to really answer people's questions and have them watch and just make them actually watch your stuff and be able to help them at the same time. What happens if the timer runs out before we have a chance to watch the replay? Will we not be able to take advantage of the OTOs? That's exactly correct, Danny. When the timers run out, we're taking it down. When trying to log into the members area, I get onto first sales page. That means that you've put in your wrong password, I imagine. Brett? If Brett's here.
There's actually two ways that can happen. There's actually two ways that can happen. If you're trying to log in, I'll be totally honest, a lot of times people try to log into the page that says create your account. So when you go and you access your purchase in JVZoo, you're taken to a page that says create your account. A lot of times people try to log into that page. It's not going to work. It's not going to let you create two accounts, so it's going to take you to the sales page. I know sometimes people miss this, but if you look in the upper right-hand corner of the sales page, there's a button. It says members login. It's also down bottom in the header. You go ahead and click on that button, and you go to the login page, and that's how you log in. So I apologize if that's not clear. I know it's on the right-hand corner, so sometimes people don't notice it.
Okay, here. Moving through the questions here best I can. Okay, I think I already answered that. Gary, I'm not sure. You might want to try to purchase again. You gotta. Maybe Brett knows this. Gary tried to buy it. Says this invoice has already been paid. For more information, please contact the merchant. He says I did not pay for it yet, or PayPal show payment. I think maybe you might know that, Brett, what that's about. Maybe don't.
Like I'm in here answering these support tickets. What was the question?
Do you know when the person has the error? He says I went to buy your product and got the following message: this invoice has already been paid. For more information, please contact the merchant. Do you know what that's about?
Sounds like you already bought it and he's trying to buy it again.
Yeah, Gary, check your JVZoo account and see if it's already in there. And check your PayPal account and see if you purchased it. Sorry, I just bought the developer license. Need to email. What is the email for Brett? I'll give you the email for our. Let me send over the support desk here. Grab that.
There's a support link, and right inside of the software, I strongly feel that support, people shouldn't have to find support. If you log into your account, you'll see on the right-hand side, you might have noticed it when I was doing screenshot demos. It says help, need help. Go ahead and please click on that, and it will give you my support email. I always want my support to be available to you. It's built right into the software.
Someone's asking if we'll be adding more webinar packages with resale rights in the future. We haven't. We don't have it done right now or anything, but who knows? Maybe it could be something that we do in the future, but I'm not going to tell you 100% that we are. But it might be something that we add as an upgrade or in a future version or something. I'm not going to say it's out of the question. I bought the agency. You can, if you bought the agency, David, you didn't buy the agency for 67. You bought the developer license. The agency, you're going to see it on the agency page. There's 3 options there. If you've got more questions about that, please put it in the support ticket. Help link is not showing in the members area. Delano, I'm sure that the help link is showing in the members area.
I'm 100% sure it's there. I'll tell you how sure I am. You go ahead and send in a support request with a screenshot of it not showing, and if it doesn't show, I'll give you a refund and let you keep the software.
So send that over, Delano. That's your challenge. Kevin said it is there, LOL. So it's in there. You gotta search a little bit more. Let's see here. It says ask a question. Yes, Robert. Ask a, that's the support. You saw it. Okay, you're good. Let's see here. So this is a done-for-you one-stop way to make money, correct? I don't know if I put it that way, but it's as done for you, Joe, as possible. I mean, I don't know what else you'd want us to do for you, other than like sit next to you and hold your hand while we do the webinars. Like, this is about as done for you as it gets when it comes to webinars. Yes, Gaynor, you're selling it as affiliates. No worries, Delano. Yes, Danny, 200 is the maximum amount. Cool, guys. I think we're gonna wrap this up. If you've got any more really important questions and you've purchased, you've got other questions, go ahead and you can put in a support ticket. I just want to say thank you to everyone who has attended, and if you've stayed on this long, we're about 2 hours in. So again, thank you so much for coming on this call today. And if you picked this up, congratulations. If it wasn't right for you, that's fine. Thank you for attending. But really, thank you so much for coming on. And one last question. One last question before I let you guys go. If you're still on here and you haven't picked this up, if you haven't picked it up, let me know why. I'm interested to see if you haven't purchased, why haven't you purchased? So I'm having people, when I said I was closing here, it says, good job, awesome, I'm blown away. Gaynor says, we like your voice, thank you. So was there a reason why you didn't purchase if you didn't pick this up yet? Let's see. Mike, the 2 ones in the front end are Review Wizard and Group Traffic Profits. Okay, so Joe says he's not sure how to get started with this product. Do I run Facebook ads to get attendees? Joe, you could run Facebook ads to get attendees, but we actually include a training called Group Traffic Profits that will teach you how to get traffic with it. So we're going to teach you how to get traffic with this. We want to make sure that you can go out there. Ad says, thank you. Looking forward to replay. Very bad connection. Yeah, sorry, Ad. This is what happens when you do them live. No, there are no coupon codes. We're not doing coupon codes with this. Delano says there are only 5 done-for-you webinars. Where is the 6th one? We'll take a look at that. There should be 6 in there if you purchase the upgrade. Do we get the same support from Brett if we purchase from another affiliate? Danny, it doesn't matter who you purchase from. We're going to give you the same support. We're not going to say you bought from an affiliate. We're not going to give you support. Of course, we're going to give you the same support. Okay, guys, well, that's it. Brent, is there anything else you wanted to say before we wrap it up? I know you're buried deep inside support.
Yeah, I just want to thank everybody for coming. Thank everybody for attending. I really appreciate them taking the time to hear us, and I hope they found some benefit, even if they felt that Autonars wasn't for them. I hope that they found some benefit, and I want to tell everybody that I really appreciate them spending their morning with us.
Okay, guys, again, thank you so much, and we will see you on the inside.